What are the odds on these rainy days we keep getting a decent sunrise? Crazy. Didn't go anywhere this morning. Just right there. But there it is. The mass exodus. Blue wanted to run down here so bad and do it. I had to yell at him, make him slow down. Of course, just running out here gets them going. And I'm sure Red's over there. Yep. Red's over there controlling speed. But they're out. And just a matter of walking through the barn, it's changed. It's not as good, but then the trees are right where the good part is. So, thank you, Blue. Good boy. Huh, Blue? Blue's a good boy? Blue's a good boy? Yeah? Okay. I gotta say, that did not go as planned. I planned on leaving a little bit right here and a little bit right there so that that stayed exactly how it was before. And then I was going to glue that on and then go boink and boink. Then split the other side and put some tabs on it. So instead, I got to put it in a vise this way. And it was out of line. I kind of tweaked it. It straightened up. So that's what I'm going to do for that. I happen to have some little bitty hinges compared to what I used on there. One of those is too wide. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. It'd just stick out each side to about my fingernail or so. But that's more than heavy enough for what we're doing. And I might, maybe, I'm kind of thinking I might be able to use these to be able to fasten it on over here. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to see. Like everything, we'll see what happens. There's what I came up with. Piece of 1/8 by 1.5 inch flat, screw to the tub. Split a piece of was 3.5 ID pipe, or 2. Actually, I think that was tubing and not pipe. Chunk of a hinge, raced it. I just had a cut off bolt, so I just bent it and welded a little tiny washer on the end so it can't come out. That's a 1/4 inch nut bored out and rounded off except for the one side that's against the tube. And I got it too freaking tight. This is how it's, if I point you the right direction, this is how it's gonna work. Spin that out, flip that, and then if the pin was pulled, that'll pull right straight out. So now I'm going to throw some paint on that, grab me some lunch. I'll cut my tube to put here instead of this one. Still a little warm, but not too bad. And yeah, I bored that so I could put 2 screws in there, and then I had ugly stuff because, well, as thin as it was, I blew right through. That side looks better. Of course, that's going to be on the bottom. Durr. Perfect, right? Anyway, give me a little paint on it, and hopefully have that on after lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there it is. I opted for 2 feet because I figured that gets it up in the air. I mean, the hairdryer is going to blow it down anyway, especially depending on what I end up putting here to connect the hairdryer to, which could be rubber hose. I don't know. Easily undone. Just undo this little bugger. Flip it to the side. Oh, if I was putting it down, you would have known that, right? Okay, do that. Pull the pin out of the other end and slide it right out. And yeah, I slopped a little bit of the primer, no big deal. And the board's down there so that I had something to push against, keep everything lined up right. But there it is. The glue should be just about set by now. And once that's tight, ain't gonna go nowhere. I am still seriously considering probably a couple of 2x4s bolted into the bottom of it. That'll come out up here and come right underneath that elbow and just to this side of it, so that if you're moving it around, you don't hammer that and screw something up. But there it is. The only other thing I haven't done yet is make a cover for that, which I mean a piece of magnetic material slapped right over that would do that enough anyway. And I think when it's not being used, we'll keep a tarp over it to keep it cleaner. So until I get the hairdryer and also have a barbecue thermometer coming. I found one that starts at 50 degrees instead of starting at 150 degrees. 3-inch dial, and I'm going to put it right here because it's protected here and keep it closer to the top. Calf shouldn't end up ever touching it, bugging it. And I mean, I don't know what temp we're supposed to be in there, but that'll at least give us an idea, you know. I mean, God, if it says 150 degrees, we're too hot, shut it down, open it up, let some air out. You know, the biggest thing I think we're going to be reading is from 50 to 100, because I know you're going to want it more than 50 degrees, and well, their body temp is, you know, 102, 101. So that should suffice, and we'll go from there. Way too long working on this, though. Way too long scrounging shit up, really.
Ruby girl. Ruby. Hi, Rube. Oh, that's a look from the old lady. This damn bird. They land from cow to cow. I think it's cute as shit. She's got a cow on her head. Wow, a cow on her head. That's a new one. She has a bird on her head. Got a good itch there, sweetie? We got some loose behinds. And the girls are pissy because they no longer have the lockups for letting it dry out. That way, it's ready for calving. My goodness! And the 2 bales of hay that they've been getting in here seem to last a little longer over there. But I have to move at least enough hay for tonight and tomorrow morning. Are you girls ready? Okay, Harriet.
No, I'm just playing. Actually, not really. Y'all know we got the cameras. We got more to put up. And really, in the trailer, there's not a whole lot of good places. So I'm hoping that this will work. That's the plan, anyway. I'm not sure when we get to the top. I might cut it off. I'm going to add a piece to the bottom so it actually has a foot. Because there's really nowhere to hang it. Thought about trying to hang it next to where I sit, but like Becky says, what are you going to fasten it to? So I think I'm going to take another piece of this and put on the bottom to actually give it a little oomph at the bottom. And it'll sit on the table. Excuse your staring for a minute, but here's the plan. Put 2 cameras side by side at each one. You gotta have room for the antennas to go up. That's why I had to do that. If the antennas aren't up, they don't work worth a damn. So if the 3 on that side, the antenna will only be up that high. And by the magic here, while you stare at something you didn't want to stare at. And there. On this side, they'll be able to go up higher. So what I'm thinking is, with where it sits, probably the feed barn one will be over here. And one of the ones out of the barn comes in pretty good, so we'll see. Driveway one's how the closest one goes in and out because of where it's at in the barn, and the other one comes in better. So it probably won't be on that side. But that's what I've been doing. Only had one little goof up. Drilled too small of a pilot. Should have done a bigger pilot. The small pilot worked on this piece, but not on the one I tried to put there the first time. So I did a bigger pilot, and those holes were already there. I probably should take this down before I knock the whole thing down and break everything. And yeah, I left a couple marks. Woo! But I think for what it's supposed to do, and yeah, I drilled those two in the wrong place. And there's a couple that were already there. Oh, I guess I did drill those, didn't I? Yeah, I went to the wrong side of my line. I went up instead of down, and it's like, that doesn't work. So anyway, hopefully get that figured out tomorrow, and maybe get some other cameras up. I don't know yet. First thing I'm going to do, though, is get that so it's usable, and clean some bird shit off of it. Catch hell if I don't do that. So anyway, that's the end of the day. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have had a great Friday, and hope your Saturday's a good day too. And I'm going to turn this thing down before I walk out. Otherwise, it'll burn too much fuel. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Now I just wait for thermometer and hair dryer for that thing, and it's done. Other than, like I said, I think I'm going to put some boards under it. Because, you know, if you got to drag it around in there, that's not going to be fun with the plastic on the concrete. It'll tear the shit out of it.